Hello. In this lecture, I will discuss on charge transport in molecular solid, which includes a space charge limited current, trap charge limited current, carrier mobility, and also charge injection. I think you realized some similarities and the differences between inorganic and organic semiconductors in the electronic structure and optical properties. That is also the same in electrical properties. There are some similarities and the differences. But the differences is quite big in electrical properties, as I explained in this slide. As I mentioned in the first part of the last class, intrinsic carrier density in organic semiconductors is almost zero. Therefore, carriers must be injected from electrodes, and the carrier density depends on the applied potential across the sample. Because of the charge injection, charge neutrality condition is not satisfied in organic semiconductors. There exists space charges. So injected charges behave as a space charge. This consideration leads to that carrier density calculation under applied bias, and that can be described by Poisson's equation shown in this equation here. Especially in OLED cases, we just consider just one-dimensional case under the assumption that the homogeneous in the two-dimensional areas. Because of these characteristics, Ohm's law does not hold in inorganic semiconductors, because Ohm's law holds only when the carrier density is not a function of F, electric field. I described that the carrier density depends on the electric field and the applied potential across the sample. Also, the charge transport mechanism is different in organic semiconductors. There's the Hall transport, especially in amorphous molecular solid. So now let us start from the energy diagram of the case. In the previous case, this is a molecular energy diagram, and this is crystal diagrams. But in some cases, crystal state have some different statistical distribution of polarization energies. So now instead of bands, this is kind of an exponential distribution of state, or the Gaussian distribution of state, as described by this equation here. Or also, there are some traps in some cases, especially that is the case for OLED, where the emitters, fluorescent molecule or phosphorescent molecules are doped in host case to utilize energy transfer process. Then we have just the exponential distribution, or sometimes this Gaussian distribution of traps there. So in our case, we have this kind of a disordered energy diagram in amorphous molecular solid with some doping process trap cases there. Now, because the charge neutrality condition is not satisfied, we have to solve Poisson's equation and to get the current density as a function of voltage. Then we know that this is the current density against the electric field, and that is described by NQ mu E F, and this Poisson's equation here. And you know that N is the space charge density, so this is not constant anymore. So we can combine these equations to get this JV equations. That's called the Child's law, where current density is proportional to V squared instead of V. So this is different from Ohm's law. I think that you can derive easily to reach to these equations using these boundary conditions and the cases. So this also field is not constant, but it's a function of a position. Potential is also x to the third. So it's different from the inorganic semiconductors, where the carrier density is determined by the electrical doping concentration there. So we call this is a space charge limited current because charges are space current, space charge there, where the J is now proportional to the V square. So the field is a square root function like this, and this is that equations. So also carrier density is not constant. Carrier density is larger here near the injection electrode and smaller here, and so on. Is that true? Is that really applied to organic semiconductors? Yes. Experimentally, that was proven already 25 years ago. So the PPB, that's the conducting polymer, is sandwiched between ITO and gold electrode with work function here. You see that the current density and is proportional to applied voltage in exponential plot, and the slope is 2 here. You see this is 4 and this 2, and you see this is the case. So the current density is proportional to V square. So this you can see that the space charge limited current density, current hole actually is flowing in organic semiconductors. If there are traps, then we have to consider the trap state. Let's assume that the trap distribution is the exponential decay from the conduction band by this equation. Then it turns out that the current density is now proportional to V to the m plus 1. So d to the m to the d to the 2m plus 1 case here. It's red, so this is strongly depends on the current density voltages. Here you can see. And the dt, the m is related to the trap density, trap depth. This is the kt, t over t related to trap depth of that. And this is trap distribution functions. And then you can clearly see that the TCLC, there's a trap charge limited current applied for this case for electron injection case. So for electron injection, PPB, it has some kind of a trap distributions here that are state. So this is quite different from the inorganic semiconductors. You have to be careful when you apply the space charge limit current to a TCLC to organic semiconductors because there are many assumptions. First assumption is that the no free carriers before injections. So the insulate thermally generated charge carrier density is negligible. It says that. Also the trapped charges are also the injected ones. So when we derive the TCLC equations. Also, diffusion current was actually neglected in the derivations. So diffusion current actually is dominant when the applied voltage is near the bias voltage. So that low acceptable applied voltages, you don't apply the space charge limited current. As also the one type of charge carriers is considered in the derivations also. Organic materials are assumed to be homogeneous, and also the boundary for the charge injection, boundary condition is the ohmic contact. So field at the injection electrode assumed to be 0, so that's ohmic contact case. Usually, the metal organic semiconductor junctions is not ohmic contact if you don't have any special treatment. So should be careful whether it is possible to apply this SCLC or TCLC equations. Also, carrier mobility in disordered organic semiconductors is rather different from the inorganic semiconductors crystalline case. In inorganic semiconductors, we just considered current and just consider the scattering by phonon or the charged ions and so on. However, in this case, we just applied quite different models. There's a hopping transport. Now you have molecules and that they do not form the very well correlated band structures. Of course, in crystals, it turns out that they form band, but bandwidth is quite narrow. And in amorphous cases, hopping transport is dominant. That means hopping is the quantum mechanical tunneling between molecules. So that way. So this state by this dashed line here, and this short bar represent state molecules. So the charges hops from one molecule to other molecule, one molecule, and here to hop from to this molecule to this one. There must be kind of energy barrier overcome, and so on. So this is we call hopping transport. The Miller, Abrams, and Bessler developed a model to describe the charge transport in these disordered organic semiconductor solids. First of all, Bessler assumed that the density of state can be expressed by Gaussian distribution, where the sigma is the standard deviation of the Gaussian function, and so on. So this is the total density of state there. Also, he applied the Miller-Abrams expression. That is that if the energy barrier is actually this one, the initial state has a higher energy than this one, we just need to tunnel through that, and this has some exponential functions. But for this kind of upper hill hopping, there must be a thermal energy and the field injection overcoming this one, so that we need to have another here. So this is called the hopping rate. This is the distance correlation, and this is the energy term, the consideration between the hopping state.